Welcome to Face, the program
that frontally discusses
political and social issues in Nigeria. The weekly program brought to you on Wednesday by 6 p.m. Nigerian time, anchored by Prince Ewemade Concourse, powered by GCSDN.
Join us.
Good evening to all our wonderful viewers all over the world, and welcome to Face program. This is the program where we frontally discuss political and social issues in Nigeria. This weekly program is brought to you every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, anchored by my humble self, Prince Ewemade Concourse. Today we are going to be having a very interesting discussion with our special guest, Dr. Ahmed, who is going to be joining us in the studio shortly. Our program for today is who are those vying to become the Nigerian president? This is political season. There are 18 presidential candidates vying for the same office, but only 5 of them stand out as of today. Out of those 5, one will be elected the president of Nigeria come February 25th, 2023. Who are these people? What are their background? What have they done in their previous life, position of authority, or the office they've held in the past? The names of the 5 of the presidential candidates that stands out as of today, out of the 18 who are presently on the race to be the next president of Nigeria, are Atiku Abubakar of People Democratic Party, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, APC, Peter Obi of Labour Party, Omoyere Sowore of AAC, Rabiu Kwakwansho of NNPP. Today we are going to be discussing about Atiku Abubakar of the People Democratic Party and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are going to be doing this because of the limitation of time. We only have 30 to 45 minutes. So next week, same time, we are going to be discussing about Peter Obi, Omoyele Sowore, and Rabiu Kwakwansho. Who is Atiku Abubakar? Atiku Abubakar was born 25th November 1946 in Jeddah, Adamawa State of Nigeria. Abubakar worked in the Nigerian Customs Service for 20 years, rising to become the Deputy Director, the second highest position in the service, as then known. He retired in April 1989 and took up full-time business and politics. As a custom officer at the Idiro-Iroko border, Atiku revealed that he ran commercial taxi service, claiming there was no law stopping a public official from doing so, even though that was contrary, thereby breaching the Nigerian constitution as of then. Atiku Abubakar has unsuccessfully contested 5 times for the office of the President of Nigeria. In 1993 was the first time, followed by 2007, in 2011, and 2015 and 2019. Again, this year will be the 6th time Atiku Abubakar has contested to be the President of Nigeria. He contested under the platform of the Social Democratic Party presidential primary, losing to Moshood Abiola and Babangida Kingibe. He served as the vice president between 1999 and 2007 under President Olusegun Obasanjo of the People Democratic Party. As a businessman, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar owns Adamawa Beverage Limited, a beverage manufacturing plant in Yola, an animal feed factory, the American University of Nigeria, NACOT's Predocult, My Farm, ABTI School, among others. Who is Senator Bola Ahmed? Senator Bola Ahmed Adekunle Tinubu. Senator Bola Ahmed Adekunle Tinubu was born on 25th March 1952. He attended Chicago University in 1979, according to the public records. Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu is Nigerian accountant and a politician who served as the governor of Lagos State from 1999 to 2007, and senator for Lagos West during the brief Third Republic. He became the flag bearer of All Progressive Congress (APC) in June of 2022 as the nominee for the 2023 presidential election. What are these people? Oh, why I was just having the very analysis. I was joined in the studio now by my brother, Dr. Edmond Ike. Thank you, Dr. Edmond Ike, for joining us on the program today.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm happy to be here. And greetings, my fellow Nigerians.
Thank you. Yes, our topic for discussion today: who are the people vying to become the Nigerian president? What are their records? Nigerians want to know, they love to know their past and their present, what they've done that that will merit them to, what they've done in their past life, in the public life, for them to show to Nigeria that they will merit any vote they are going to be getting in 2023 general election. We're going to be talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu of APC and Atiku Abubakar of the People Democratic Party. Who are these people? Where do they come from? What have they done in their previous life? We know Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. He was then Vice President of Nigeria under the PDP-led administration between 1999 and 2007. Under the Obasanjo regime, he had the opportunity to change the story for Nigerians, but he couldn't do that. Now he wants to be the president of Nigeria. Many of us want to know, why is he coming back? Why is he seeking to be the president of Nigeria at this critical junction when Nigeria is in a state of mess? Nigeria is in a dying need, needs someone that could rescue Nigeria from this crisis and this maniac that's ravaging the society today. My first question to you would be, what is it that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar could not do as Vice President of Nigeria that he's coming to do for Nigerians now?
Thank you for that wonderful question. The role of a president is clearly different from the role of the vice president according to our constitution. It's not like an organization whereby they say, oh yeah, when the president, the vice president assumes the role of the president in the absence of the president. But what about if the president is available? That means the vice president always serves as, in Nigerian parlance, they always describe the vice president as a spear tire. And really, that is what the vice president have always been in the Nigerian polity. So Atiku Abubakar was a spear tire, as in a way, during his time with President Olusegun Obasanjo, 1999 till 2007. However, most political scholars will tell you that Atiku Abubakar is probably the most powerful vice president in Nigerian history, because he had more independence from Olusegun Obasanjo in executing his role. Even he was charged with the responsibility of managing the economy of the country, which is technically, officially, the role of the president according to our constitution. So, and Obasanjo allowed him to do that role that the constitution had prescribed without too much control over that, because some presidents actually control their vice and don't let them do much, as you can see in this current administration. This Buhari administration have kind of, in a way, put current VP Osibanjo in a leech. He doesn't do much. He is just an errand boy, as most people would say. So Atiku Abubakar was not even an errand boy kind of vice president. So he was able to do much and play a vital role in the privatization of many Nigerian companies. Like the federal government-owned companies were privatized under Obasanjo Atiku-led administration, and Atiku was the arrowhead or the spearheader of such transaction, and he was he was surrounded or accused of many corruption because of that role that he managed. He, instead of selling those Nigerian federal government assets in good amount of money and making good money for the country, to use the money to pursue other interests to better the life of ordinary Nigerians. Rather, he sold those assets to his friends and cronies. And it doesn't seem that Atiku Abubakar have changed from such such views or such approach in government, in governance, because as early as last presidential election, that's 2018, 2019, he still came out in national television saying he will continue privatization and he will do it in similar way he's done before. He will enrich his friend. He asked us the question, are my friends not entitled to be enriched? So he still have the same ideology, he still have the same process. So whatever friends that have not benefited from 1999 to 2007, those are the friends that he's going to make sure they benefit this time when he becomes president, because that has always been his ambition. If you know, Atiku Abubakar have always been running for presidency, even as early as 1992, 1993 general election, where he has a step down for his party man. And 1999, of course, he ran again, and he became the VP. So yeah, it's just an ambition. It's not that Atiku Abubakar have anything tangible to do for Nigeria, but rather to come and perpetuate himself into power and continue his an oligarchy kind of a thing, and a government of cronies, and give power to his cronies, to give Nigerian wealth and national cake to his friends and cronies. And that is what he wants to come and continue, in my opinion, in my view. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my brother. Many Nigerians are of the opinion that Atiku Abubakar, just like what you just explained to our audience now, that Atiku Abubakar is only coming back to power. He's only seeking to come back to seeking the office of the president so that he can come back and continue from where he stopped under the Basajo-led administration. One, to continue the privatization of Nigerian property. Two, to enrich himself and his family. Then three, to do the bidding of the Kaaba. That's what many Nigerians, they believe. That's what they assume of when you mention the name Atiku, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Considering his age, his age, because on few occasions I have seen people guiding him with hand and trying to usher him into the vehicle. It doesn't look too well. It doesn't look too sound. It doesn't look, like an average person that is physically or earth-wise okay. Because to be the president of Nigeria, you need to be mentally sound. You need to be earth-wise. You need to be sound, physically sound. Because the job of the president is very tedious, and it requires a lot of demand, not for an old man of his age. Considering his age, do you think it is okay for someone of his age to seek for the office of the president of Nigeria at this time?
In a normal society, I would say his age shouldn't be a problem. Like in a society that have already built himself, that have a stable democracy, that have been doing well economically, that have pulled its people out of poverty. And I say, yeah, an old age wouldn't be a problem. But Nigeria is not that society yet. Nigeria is not America. It's not. You cannot compare Nigeria with the USA. But it's sad that you see all these failed politicians in Nigeria always compare Nigeria. Oh, yeah, look at USA. They compare Nigeria with USA. You cannot compare apples and oranges. It's not done that way. So that's what they end up keep doing. Or they say, oh, Joe Biden is older than Atiku when he became president. So Atiku is young enough to be president. But you can't do that. America have been a democratic nation since 1776. In 1776, there's no such thing as Nigeria. Nigeria became a country or an entity in 1914. That is almost 200 years after the America became a democracy. And we have not even practiced consistent democracy over the years. We started practicing the longest sham, I call it sham democracy because we're not really democratic since 1999, which is about 23 years ago. So we cannot compare apples and oranges. So in the Nigerian situation, Atiku Abubakar is too old to be president because he's 75. If it's in America, he's not too old. Biden was older than that when he became president. Atiku is just 75 years old. And I know you mentioned his health. I don't know much about his health because they have not told us anything. Nigeria is not a country whereby they demand that all presidential candidates show us their bill of health and such, so on and so forth. We don't do that. We don't, because we're not a true democracy as people may think that we are. So based on that, he's age 75 years old at this point. He's not. He's too old to Nigeria. We need someone young. We need someone fresh. Someone who can move like the speed of light and from one end of the country to another end of the country and keep things going. So that's the kind of person we need to move Nigeria for where it is right now. That's a very terrible place to where we want it to be. That's a better place whereby a country that works for majority of the people. Right now, Nigeria does not work for majority of the people. Nigeria only works for a small percentage of the people, and that is not all right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We all know Alhaji Atiku Abubakar to be a businessman. There is also some speculation that he owns Meccano generator in Nigeria. Is the sole distributor of Meccano generator. This information is on the public domain. Considering his business empire, how has Alhaji Atiku Abubakar helped Nigerians, the people of Nigeria, in the terms of unemployment?
How has he helped Nigerians in terms of unemployment?
Yeah, considering his business empire.
Unemployment in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. We are currently doing not so great. We have about 33% of our people unemployed. 33%. That's 1/3 of the population, of the working population. Is very poor. Is very sad, and we need to do better in that regard. We see countries who have like single-digit percentage on unemployment, but we are in double digit, and not just a double digit like say 11, 10. No, we are double digit of 33.3 or point something percent unemployment rate, and that is just underemployment is actually above 50%. So and that is what Nigeria is suffering from. And people like Atiku Abubakar, who are so-called business mogul in Nigeria, who have cornered so many Nigerian businesses for themselves, are not helping matter. Because yes, he is a businessman. Yes, he has employed thousands of people. We cannot deny that he has employed people can come out here and come online and say, oh, he has not employed thousands of people. He has actually employed thousands of people, but that is not enough. And what is the salary of those thousands of people he employed? Is it 30,000 naira minimum wage, or is it less than that? And even the 30,000 naira minimum wage is poor. It's very poor. So, and I'm sure a lot of people that work for these businesses owned by Atiku Abubakar may not be any more than 30,000, up to 30,000 naira a month, and some earning 30,000 naira a month are still poor. So we need to create job that people will earn more, a living wage, something at least 100,000 a month, or even 150,000 a month for a living wage. Considering our naira is nothing to write home about in comparison with other currencies of the world. So yeah, that is what I'm going to say about that. You need to do better.
Thank you so much. Well, we are going to move on to Bola Ahmed, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Who is Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Senator Bola Ahmed Adekunle Tinubu was born on 29 March 1952. He attended Chicago University in 1979, according to the public record. Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a Nigerian accountant and a politician who served as the governor of Lagos State from 1999 till 2007, and a senator for Lagos West during a brief Third Republic. He became the flag bearer of All Progressive Congress in June of 2022 as the nominee for the 2023 presidential election. My question to you today is, considering his age and age, why is he still vying to be the president of Nigeria?
He's vying to be the president of Nigeria is the same syndrome that most Nigerian politicians suffer, kleptomania. So kleptomania is a psychiatric condition whereby people can't help themselves from just stealing things, even though they don't need it. They have this itch to just steal. Let's steal this. And when they steal that, and it makes them happy, it makes them feel better. I think that is what Tinubu is suffering from, just like Atiku is suffering from the same illness. And most politicians in Nigeria who have destroyed our country, looted our country, they suffer from the same kleptomania condition. As I said when I answered about Atiku is 75 years old, and that is too old to be a president of a country like Nigeria. Maybe if he's vying for presidency in Canada, in USA, in France, in the United Kingdom, Prime Minister, then I say that age is not too bad, because that country have been organized for so long, so that even his age will not matter. But not a country like Nigeria that's unorganized, that have a lot of work to be done. So we don't need people who are going to come and be a liability for us. We know that example is, we have a living example right now. The current president is a liability to Nigerians. He has been in Nigeria. When he got into Nigerian presidency, he was doing poorly in health. It's Nigerian money, our commonwealth, that was used to patch him together to whatever he is right now. Even as all the patches he have done over the past 7 years, he's still not quite where he needs to be. And this is our commonwealth that we're using to do this. Money that could have been used to help out of school children, who are about 13 million out of school children, or would have used to pull people out of poverty, which Nigeria is currently poverty capital of the world. So, but we use this money to sponsor the health care of dying presidents like Buhari, and that's what they want to do for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that is not okay. That is not okay. You can see when Buhari was going to health care in London, he takes a private jet and parks them there, and that costs lots of money to just store those jets for the duration of the health treatment. So this is not okay. This is wastage, and we don't want to continue that wastage by putting someone like Bola Ahmed Tinubu in as a president with his ill health. Being unhealthy is not a crime, but knowing you're unhealthy and don't want to take care of your health, but want to become a burden of the country, instead of being someone that come and solve the problem of the country, you became a burden to the country. That is totally wrong and not okay. Thank you. And Tinubu currently claims he's 70 years old, and we don't think he's 70 years old from records that people have shown.
Thank you. Many Nigerians are of the opinion that Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu should not be vying for the position of the president of Nigeria, considering his age, his health challenges, and all that. We sympathize with him. Nobody wants to be sick. Nobody prays to be sick. However, Nigeria is bigger than any one of us. Any of these presidential candidates should put Nigeria first. We all know what happened during the last 7.5 years of President Muhammadu Buhari, who is a sick man who spent most of his time in office in the London hospital without disclosing the illness or how much that has been spent on behalf of Nigeria for his own personal medical treatment. And we Nigerians, we don't want a repeat of what has happened during the last administration, during the present administration of our president going to London to seek for medical attention. All the signs are there right now. We can see that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not health-wise, is not fit to be the president of Nigeria, to lead a nation of over 200 something million. That's quite a lot of stress, a lot of tax, a lot of burden to carry out for an old man who claims to be 70 years old, but we all know he's more than 70 years old. The oldest daughter is 60 something, so he cannot be 70 years old as claimed by him. Prior to 2015 general election, Tinubu claimed that he trusted the incumbent President General Muhammadu Buhari, to deliver on all his campaign promises. He stood by them. He campaigned alongside with President Muhammadu Buhari when they were making all the promises they made before the Nigerian electorate, making dollar equal to 1 naira, taking fuel from 85 naira that it was then to 42 naira, 45 naira, reducing the cost of bag of rice, the cost of bag of cement. They made so much promises that today you and I, we are living witness. Nothing has been done over the last 7.5 years. The administration is coming to an end. In few months' time, we'll be swearing in another president on precisely May 29th, 2023. Tinubu was part and parcel of that campaign promises. He cannot deny it. The records are on the public domain for anyone who cares to view it. Now, my question to you, why should Nigeria trust this same man who campaigned 24/7, who actually produced the current vice president of Nigeria today as a running mate to General Muhammadu Buhari? Why should Nigerians trust him now with his own campaign manifesto? Why should we trust such a person? That is my question to you, sir.
Thank you for that question, Brian. So we might be concons. You see, Nigerians have a short-term memory. We suffer from what we call amnesia. We see things happen, and then tomorrow we think that have not happened. We just forget that it had happened. That even when people tell us this has actually happened, then we'll start arguing with people. Say, no, it has not happened. It never happened in this country. It's not this country, in Nigeria, our country. It never happened, but it actually happened. The records are out there in the public domain, and that is the kind of country we have, or that's the kind of people we have in a country called Nigeria. People who have not been serious about their own country, and that therefore they have the kind of leaders they have. Because there's a saying that we'll get the leaders that we deserve. So I guess over these years, Nigerians have been receiving bad leaders because we deserve to have bad leaders, because we have not decided to take our destiny into our hand to build a nation that we want, a good nation, a beautiful nation that caters for our needs, the needs of our children and the needs of our unborn children. We have not taken that initiative yet. Those that are taking that initiative are just so small compared to the majority who do not care. So, and that is what we keep suffering in our beloved country, Nigeria. So hopefully that will not be the case come 2023 general elections. And it's left for me and you to keep educating those large population out there who do not remember those things that has happened, who do not understand the implications of these things if they keep putting failed leaders that the record are clear that have failed in the past, if we keep putting them into office. Yes, Tinubu campaigned vigorously for Buhari in 2014, 2015, and also campaigned vigorously for Buhari in 2018, 2019. It is not new. It is something that was clear. there's videos flying out there. People can see him campaigning vigorously, saying that they are going to take out Goodluck Jonathan and they're going to put on Mr. Integrity Buhari, and it's going to change Nigeria. It's going to make Naira to be equal to dollar. That was one of their promises, and Tinubu echoed that promise. And Tinubu is alive today, running for the same position of the #1 seat in the country, and he can see that Naira is definitely not equal to dollar. Rather, Naira has become the weakest it has ever been in the history of the country, Nigeria. And yet, he's running for the office of presidency, and he wants the vote of you and I to vote for him. And if you and I vote for him, then we are going to be the most foolish people on earth, because you are seeing this man who campaigned vigorously for his party man and put his stamp on it and said, this year the party is going to deliver, the candidate is going to deliver, and they have failed. And even him, a few days ago, he was giving a press release and said, yeah, Nigeria have failed and we have come to fix that failure, that this and this, we're going to fix it, we're going to fix it. How are you going to fix it? You guys destroyed it. You can't fix what you destroyed, or you cannot fix a problem with the same mentality you used to create a problem. You need a higher level of thinking to fix the problem you created. So for that because of that, Tinubu is not fit or does not deserve to become the president of Nigeria. So he's not, even though he shot Emilio come from now till thy kingdom come, he does not deserve that seat. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If you are just joining us, our today's discussion is who are the people vying to become the president of Nigeria? What are their records? We are going to be talking about 5 candidates. Today we are going to be taking on Bola Ahmed Tinubu of APC and Abubakar Atiku of PDP because of time. Next week, same time, same place, we are going to be taking on Peter Obi of Labour Party, Omoyele Sowore, and Rabiu Kwakwansho. These are the 5 presidential candidates that stand out as of today. We have 18 of them who are vying to be the president of Nigeria, but some of them are some of those what we call the amagamaga and the arrangement that would decamp a few days before the election. So these are actually the 5 political parties that we believe that are going to be on the.
You're selling this candidate short. That is unfair to all these candidates. They paid a lot of money to get their party ticket. You can let them say that they are not.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you know very well.
We have seen the likes of what is his name? The only female candidate we have. She came out. She made the speeches that she want to fight for the women, the girl child. So we should give her some credit. Even though she have not done quite much, she could have done more. But at least she have spoken here and there. So I think her name is OG Princess Chichi of APM. So at least she's the only female candidate. We should try to promote her so that we can encourage our women to come into politics, because our women are actually better leaders than men.
Well, I love our women very much. I love them. I would love to promote them, but whereby their presidential candidacy calls for question. There are some concerns that many of them are going to decamp. They're going to not decamp. Sorry, they're going to step down and endorse one of those political party out there. So there's no time. There's no point wasting our time on them. We should focus our time and energy.
Maybe if we start encouraging them, they will not step down
to the ballot booth and actually defend their vote on that election day. They are Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Bola Ahmed Tinubu of APC, Peter Obi of Labour Party, Omoyele Sowore of AAC, and Rabiu Kwakwansho of NNPP. So next week we are going to be taking on the 3 of them, because the time will not allow us to take on 5 of them today. Who are these people? We are trying to, from now till the election time, we are going to be making a case on this channel to Nigerian electorate so that you can decide who you are going to vote for. Mine is to make a case for you, and yours is to decide who you are going to vote for on election day. So these 5 candidates, I'm going to be talking about them over the course of the next few months leading to the general election. I'm going to present their biography again. I'm going to present what they have done, their antecedent, and what they stand for. So it's going to be your decision to choose the right candidate and vote on election day for your candidate. So, Tinubu, my last question to you. Do you honestly think that Senator Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, should get a single vote from the Nigerian voters, considering all he has done, especially the NSAS that took place under his watch, under his anointed son as the governor of Lagos State? Do you honestly think Nigerian electorate, deserve a vote, a single vote from the Nigerian electorate? If so, can you tell us why?
Tinubu is a presidential candidate of APC. And to me, APC should be a non-factor in this election. So if APC is a non-factor in this election, if APC should not be voted for in this election, that means Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Jagaban of Lagos, should not be voted for because he represents APC. He embodies APC. He was one of the founding members of APC. He was one of those that created APC. He is one of the, actually, he has publicly claimed that he was the one that brought Buhari out of retirement and tell him, please come and run for presidency again, so that after you, Emilio come. So he said it. So someone that have done this, that have created this party, that have disenfranchised Nigerians, party that have made us poorer. Nigeria was not a poverty capital of Nigeria until APC happened to us. So APC made it the poverty capital of the world. Yes, there have always been out-of-school children in Nigeria, but not in the tone of over 10 million children. They became that high under APC. So yes, Tinubu does not deserve any vote being a candidate of APC, the party that have destroyed Nigeria. And to me, APC is a terrorist organization. They have empowered Boko Haram and bandits and non-gunmen and so on and so forth, and made the government, the country insecure in the last 7 years, more than ever before.
Okay, thank you. We are going to go back to Bola Ahmed, to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar of the People Democratic Party. In your own opinion, do you also think Bola, considering all his antecedents as the former vice president of Nigeria, as the former boss of the custom, and also his business life, his business empire in Nigeria, do you also think that they deserve a vote from Nigeria, from Nigerian electorate? If so, why?
PDP is a party that Alhaji Abubakar Atiku, the Waziri of Adamawa, is representing. And PDP is a symbol of failure, as it is in Nigeria today. They failed us for a whopping 16 years they were in power. They had a chance. They were the first party that took over power in 1999 when we resumed this fourth republic, or the new era of democracy. They had a chance to build a beautiful country, to give us a stable electricity, stable power, to build road unimaginable, bridges, and build a stronger educational institution. The ASU strike that we have today has also had a longer strike even under PDP. So they failed us for 16 years and do not deserve to come back into power. And so no vote for Atiku Abubakar, because it's going to perpetuate the failures of PDP. They cannot even obey their own party constitution. They cannot even unify their own party. And yet he is here peddling around saying, I am a unifier. How can you be a unifier when you cannot even unify your party? So no to Atiku Abubakar of PDP. No vote.
Thank you so much, my brother. My fellow Nigerians, our wonderful audience all over the world, we have almost come to the end of today's segment. Your closing statement, sir.
All right, thank you very much for having me here. Thank you, wonderful people of Nigeria out there listening anywhere you are in the world, whether in Nigeria or in diaspora. I want to talk to you right now that this 2020 election is a very important election for our beloved country, Nigeria. And it's about time that we start moving our country to a better country, to the country of our dreams. And we cannot do that by continually electing people, people that lack integrity, people that have poor antecedents, and people who have no political will to do what is good for the general masses. We cannot fix our country if we keep electing such kind of people. 2023 is going to make it 100 years since Nigerians started voting. You know, when Nigeria was amalgamated in 1940, we never voted. It was the British people that decide who govern us, what they do, and who protested. People in the south, mostly the Igbos, the Yorubas, and some of the other minority ethnic group in the south. They protested that they want to start voting, and they allowed the south to start voting in 1923. The north did not vote in 1923. The north started voting in 1954. So the South was voting in 1923. So that means Nigeria started voting in 1923. So 1923 to 2023, that's 100 years. So 100 years we've been voting, and have we been voting the right people? So if after 100 years we will repeat voting wrong people into power, then we are the most miserable people on the surface of the earth. Do you want to be the most miserable on the surface of the earth? If no, please do the needful. Do your due diligence, look at the records of this presidential candidate, and that is the purpose of this program and this series that my brother Prince Ewemade Concourse have started to x-ray these various candidates of various parties so that you can understand them better and choose the right one based on record. This election should be issue-based to fix our country. We're not saying there's going to be all these candidates have magic wand to just boom, abracadabra, and Nigeria will be okay. No, we'll say we'll have to choose a candidate that will start the process to get Nigeria in the right direction to become a better country, to start that process. And that is what you need to do come 2023. Thank you very much, my brothers and sisters in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. God bless you. I remain your brother, Dr. Edmond Dike. God bless.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. Fellow Nigerians, next week we are going to be discussing about the following presidential candidate: Peter Obi of the Labour Party of Nigeria, Omoyele Sowore of the AAC, Rabiu Kwakwansho of the NNPP. This is going to be our topic for next week on this same platform, same time. Fellow Nigerians, my duty from now till elections day is to present you with all the 5 candidates that I think that are seriously on the race for the president of Nigeria come 2023. I'm going to present you with the facts. I'm going to present you with their history, their biography, what they have done before now. So you, as an electorate, will be the one to decide who you are going to vote for on the election day. So until next week, same time, same place, I will see you again, and remain blessed. Thank you, my brother, once again for being a part of this program.